I know you're busy, so I thought I would go ahead and just do a demonstration of some of the report capabilities of FCS. This is the list of properties for this sample corporation. If I were to click into Distribution Center 29, I can drill down and be able to see all the different roof sections within there. If I drilled into a specific roof section, we would be able to see what the roof comprises of, some of the observations that have been taken out there, including photos, the condition summary that outlines all of the deficiencies that exist on the property. All of these were determined at the time it was inspected right from the mobile device. So these are all the deficiencies that are outstanding. They're categorized as either emergency or remedial. All things that need to get fixed on this particular property. It also shows the different grades and the projected replacement for that particular property. Now, if I go to a reporting tool called the budget matrix for that particular property, I'll drill into that real quick. Distribution Center 29, what it does is it takes all of those deficiencies and categorizes them by the section. So this was done with the mobile device and approved. So that's section 1. It's the warehouse. It's 64,000 square feet. It's a grade of a C. The priority has been determined by how important that area is to the overall complex. And that also might be the sensitivity to water. It's how important that repairs take place on that particular section of this complex. This details all the deficiencies that exist inside of that and categorizes them in emergency or remedial. It also shows the replacement value. As I collapse that, I can go into the next section. This is section 2 right here. Priorities is 6. It's going to be replaced in 2018. It's got a total of $2,700 worth of emergency repairs and $2,000 worth of remedial. This is how much it'll cost to replace. Now, this is what the total budget is for this facility for the calendar year. $6,300 in emergency, $1,400 in remedial, and $58,000 in replacement because one of the sections, the shipping area, will need to be replaced. So it's a total of $66,000 is what we're budgeting for that particular center. Now, if I want to change these variables, I would just simply go up to edit mode. Perhaps we don't have enough money for a complete replacement. So I can uncheck that and I can say we're just going to do the emergency repairs for this year. I can come out of edit mode and I can see now I'm budgeting $17,000 for this facility. If I go up, I can do budgeting for all the facilities, for all the plants that we have, all by simply clicking through and going through the same exercise, going into edit mode and then budgeting for all the different facilities. After I'm done budgeting all of them, I can go to the budget matrix and I'll be able to see this was what we just budgeted. Remember that? There's the $17,000. This is plant 29. If I would have done it for the entire facility, I would see that this is my total emergency budget for the whole portfolio. This is my whole remedial budget for the entire portfolio. And this is my total replacement for the entire portfolio. So all of these, this is my total replacement because remember we unchecked that was going to be replaced. So this is the total budget for the portfolio. Obviously I haven't budgeted these other plants. This is just a demo account. Okay? Now, if we were to have a roof leak on Distribution Center 29, I would click the Service Dispatch button. I would go to site number 29, and I could dispatch out a simple time and material roof leak. I can designate what part of the building, but as you can see, I can also see all the other deficiencies. Remember these? These are all the items that are inside of the budget matrix that still need to be completed. So if I wanted to get all of the budgeted repairs done through a service dispatch to the contractor who has been set up on this, I could check all of these deficiencies and I can send the dispatch out and it will basically authorize him to do all of those repairs. Or I can look at only the repairs that are on the particular roof section that's having the problems and just get individual repairs done. This will create a work order that will get sent to that default contractor or the contractor I choose to be repaired. Now, very important, if I went back to the budget matrix after I completed these items would no longer exist. They get depleted from the budget as they're completed in the system. So that means the budgets within the budget matrix are real-time budgets that get adjusted based upon the work that gets completed. If I was just going to do a T&M lead call, I would put the notes in here and I'd press send dispatch. None of the budgeted items were completed in that transaction. Okay? Now, let's take a look at some of the more advanced executive reporting. I'm focused now on Distribution Center 29. I know what the budget is, but what I'd really like to focus on is what is the complete expense repair inventory for that building. So there is a total of $35,000 worth of repairs that are outstanding for that particular site. This doesn't necessarily mean that they're budgeted, but they're broken down per section. This is used to determine a valuation on a property. It may be worth a certain amount of dollars, but if it has $1 million worth of outstanding repairs, regardless of whether they're budgeted or not, that's going to count against the valuation of the property. Now, if I wanted to see all of my outstanding liabilities, I can literally select all of them and see the total of outstanding liabilities I have in my portfolio. You can also see that it sorts it by priority. These are the ones where the tenants are unrealistic maybe and are threatening to do a back credit. That's what might designate what the priority is. Or it just might mean the sensitivity to water coming inside of that facility. Now when we talk about reporting, we can take this entire inventory and dump it to a spreadsheet so that we can manipulate it any way we want. But in most cases, if you're using the priorities, you probably aren't going to try to budget that full amount. You're just going to budget what it's going to take care of the 6s, maybe the 5s and 4s. So that gives you the tool to be able to do that. If I want to ever drill into the detail for any of these sites, I can literally click on it and I can drill right down to the deficiencies and know exactly what we're talking about, so I can verify everything that is stated inside of the system, because all of this will ultimately be detailed out right here. Now once again, if I dispatched out this particular repair, it would no longer be here. It would disappear. Everything updates in real time. That repair was corrected. Going back to that report, that's the total expense repair inventory. Next, capital project budgets. These are all the sites and what it would cost to replace all of them. Once again, it's going to designate it according to priority. This roof may be in very bad shape, but if it doesn't have a high priority, it might not be considered for replacement. We've got all the years here too. So if I wanted to see all the sites that were going to be replaced in 2019, I've got $10 million worth of sites that need replacement in 2019, but only maybe 3 of them are 6s and a couple of them are 5s and 4s. We still have to budget for them, but if we can't come up with the money, it might not be the end of the world. Once again, I can dump it all to spreadsheet. Next is work order repair history. Now, if we're going to come up with capital to do a replacement on a property, we probably want to know exactly what we've spent on that property during a specific time duration. We can literally zero in per property and see what we spent. If I want to see distribution 29, to see how many roof leaks we've had, I can take a look at it and see we've had $22,000 worth of roof leaks. And if I want to drill into the detail to see exactly what happened, I can drill in and see these were the 2 roof leaks right here. If I scroll down, there's the before picture, there's the after picture of the first problem, there's the before and the after of the second problem. And if I want to view the actual invoice, I can do that too. all within the system. If I go back to that executive report, it'll take me here. And if I want to see the capital project history, those reports basically look like this. These are the 4 days on the project. If I wanted to click on what one of the reports looks like, this shows what would have been received, shows the description, the comments, the different pictures. If I want to click into the full progress report for this particular job, I can literally take a look at any of the days, and it will show me what was worked on for that day. These again are demos, and it would also review the commentary that was put in by the consultant. This creates a permanent record of all the work that has taken place on that job. So the key here, Charlotte, is that all of the data that's ever collected within our system is reportable, and we can produce reports that are custom to DCT's needs. And during the first 60 days, we're going to uncover those based upon the needs of both corporate and the individual DCT locations to provide you guys with the reports that you need. And I have previewed them with both with Vicki, and really nothing too difficult in what you guys are looking at right now. And anything that you're looking at now, we can easily reproduce. If you have any questions, please get back to me.